Good morning from the heart of New York City. This is Food School Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast dedicated to wanting to learn and apply to eat better daily. I'm your host, Shurina from Create Yourself That Today, your personal nutritionist, your personal health and wellness coach, your fellow biohacker, and just someone with a lot of passion for nutrition, healthy food, healthy eating, feeling your best, looking your best, and performing your best on all levels. And all of these guys, performance, looks, highly depend on what you put in your body every single day, few times a day, because it literally builds every single cell in your body, in your brain, and every single aspect of your performance, again, depends on what you choose to put in your body. So today we are starting this week with a mini review of a book that I've just finished. It's called Salt, Sugar, Fat. It's actually quite an old book written by Michael Moss, New York Times bestseller, and it's all about how how fast food industry, convenience food industry came to be. And it's not, some evil corporation decided to make America sick. Not at all. It's just business. Basically, food industry guys, they hired the best scientists to figure out how to make you to buy more, and because it is food industry, to make you eat more. And it's not that they had evil plan. They actually thought that people will be sensible, will have some common sense when it comes to food, and will not overeat continuously, even the very high palatable food, if they knew that those food are not really the best for them. But then advertising comes, and then profits comes, and companies still want to sell more and want you to eat more, and want to stay alive. And that's why a lot of times they create those advertisements, marketing campaigns that make you think that that is not that bad for you, but in fact it is. Anyway, salt, sugar, fat. 3 things that I've learned from the book, that I learned from the best food scientists that were hired by those companies to create those foods. 3 things I've learned, and I actually applied it to my own eating behavior, and I'm succeeding with it, staying the leanest self for such a long time. So anyway, what did I learn, and what can you do with what I've learned? How can you apply it to your life so you eat better, so you control your hunger cravings better, and you feel better and look better and perform better and eat better? So thing number 1 is glucose spikes. Blood sugar spikes makes you overeat. They knew it even back in like 40s and 50s and 60s, and that's why they created all this sugar-rich, carbohydrate-rich foods. When sugar rush hits you the fastest actually hits you, the more you crave that food, the more you buy of that food. So even back then, they knew that high sugar food, high carbohydrate food, the food that makes your glucose spike, will make you overeat for up to 4 hours after you eat. You're gonna crave that loaded with sugars or carbs food. It doesn't matter if it comes from dried fruits, from agave, from honey. So whenever food has a lot of sugar taste, a lot of things that makes your blood sugar spike, that you're gonna crave that food more. That's why it's almost impossible to stop eating certain sweet things, especially if they combined with fat. So anyway, they knew that in food industry a long time ago, that those foods make you crave stuff. That's why low and medium carbohydrate any kind of dietitian fiber that controls your blood sugar helps you to eat less and crave less and make better, free from cravings and addictive like behaviors. Make you less addicted to foods. So choose the foods that has less carbohydrates, especially less processed sugar, foods with a lot of natural fiber that will make you better at controlling your blood sugar, and that will make you eat less by default, and that's why you're gonna easier lose weight and stay slim and trim. Besides that, insulin tells your body to store fat. That's how your biochemistry works. So the piece that you want to learn from high blood sugar, from blood sugar spikes, is, again, don't eat things that are loaded with sugars, with carbohydrates, with fast carbohydrates, because they make you overeat. That's been proven since like 50s and 60s. That was a shock for me. But anyway, thing number 2 you want to understand is that even back then, they knew that when the food is too good, highly palatable, that is amazing and tasty, that food gonna make you overeat, because it makes your brain light up and make you excited, make your taste bud excited, and all the other senses. So that's why they design all this food just bursting with flavor, this processed foods. But what you want to understand, and what I'm using in my diet to stay 10% body fat, is you want to be on a kind of like boring diet most of the time, meaning food should be good, you should like it, but not too much. Even too much of good food, of healthy food, causes overeating, and then that causes you to gain weight over time. No matter how healthy the food is, if you overeat it over and over and over again on a daily basis, you're going to put on weight and you're not going to feel the best and perform the best. So highly palatable food, especially foods loaded with salt, with sugar, with fat, even if it's healthy, gonna make you overeat and gonna make you put on weight. So, and again, in my daily life, I make my food boring, not too tasty. So just, a little bit of salt, a little bit of spices, some protein, some veggies, nothing too excited. And that's how I don't overeat and eat till natural satiety. And that's what you should do too. When I create my meal delivery service, when I open my meal delivery service, food's going to be good enough, but not the food that you want to crave more and more and more, because that causes overeating. And again, they knew that back in 50s and 60s and even 20s and 30s, when the food industry just was starting out. They created those highly palatable foods, so it's harder for you to stop and you buy more. Make sense? And the third thing is liquid calories. Back then, again, when the food industry was just starting out and they were designing a lot of drinks, they knew even back then that liquid calories, our body has hard time registering any kind of liquid calories. Basically what it means is, for example, when you have your calories in your soda or in your sugary and fatty coffee drink or smoothie, your body has hard time registering those calories, and you don't feel fuller, and your body doesn't think that you got enough nutrition, and basically you stay hungry and you consume more and you overconsume calories and overeat, and you gain weight. And even from healthy drinks like juices or smoothies, you can still gain weight. You can still not lose weight, and you can still stop your own progress when it comes to body recompositioning or getting healthier. And you probably will overeat if you're consuming a lot of liquid calories, even if it comes from shakes or supplements. So in my own practice, to get to the lowest body fat percentage, when I start reducing my body fat, what I do is I eliminate all liquid calories. All my calories come from whole foods. And it's another trick that I've been using for ages to stay the leanest that I've ever been. So if you want to use it, and you're going to have success. So to recap, basically 3 things you want to learn today from food industry, from loaded with salt, sugar, fat food industry. 3 things you want to learn to lose weight easier, to maintain weight easier, to manage your hunger and cravings better and your health better, and start overeating all the time. hacking your own brain, hacking your own biochemistry. First, avoid high sugar, especially high processed carbohydrates and flour and grains, fast sugars, fast carbohydrates. Avoid any food that makes your blood spike, my blood sugar spike. That's gonna create cravings and hunger and makes you eat more and more of whatever food, of any food. I wrote a whole article about it, but anyway, think number one, avoid foods that make your blood sugar spike. High carbohydrates, especially high processed carbohydrates like sugars and processed grains. Then think number two is you want to avoid highly palatable foods, and most of the time your diet should be boring, good enough, you should like it, but not too much. And the thing number three you want to apply is avoid as much as possible liquid calories in healthy or unhealthy things like sodas or coffee drinks or even smoothies and juices, because your body and your brain has hard time processing those calories and registering them as nutrition. So those are three things that you want to learn from food industry, from Salt, Sugar, Fat book by Michael Moss, food scientist, the best food scientist that were hired by that industry figured that out a long time ago, and that's how they design all the processed foods, and that's why those are really hard to resist and stop eating. There is nothing wrong with you or with your brain. They were designed to be irresistible to you and to your brain. So if you have any questions about salt, sugar, fat, processed food industry, about how to stay the leanest, how to control your hunger and cravings better, you have questions, if you need advice, how to redesign your menu, your meal plan, shoot me email to Angela@createyourself.today, Angela@createyourself.today, and I will always give you quick advice, fast, for free, just to help you look better, feel better, and perform better on all levels. So that's it for today, guys. Apply this advice this week and you'll see how better your food habits are gonna be, and you're gonna look better, feel better, and perform better on all levels. Thank you for listening, guys. Have an awesome week, and till next time, eat better today.